Not so long ago, this happened. This right here hit the internet and everybody was going off. Big Tigger got arrested. The internet cooked, fried, and fricasseed that brother. And even myself, I tried to be neutral, but I had to call it how I thought I was looking at it, man. It was either he did it or he didn't do it. And I've always felt like perception on social media is everything. All it takes is a clip to destroy a person's reputation, a lie. Women can lie and say whatever, whenever, and people just roll with it without any type of evidence. She came up here with her shit all bruised up and everything, and folks just automatically believe her because she's a woman. There was no context. There was nothing. Right? And then we have this.
I'm not gonna lie, this whole situation got me tight, because why would you get on the internet crying with a bruised up, gashed eye, talking about ask my husband what happened to my face? Girl. And now you're backtracking. She goes to Lauren LaRosa. Shout out to Lauren for always bringing us the information, but she says she never called her husband an abuser. Lady, what the fuck did you think people were gonna think? I'm very confused. Then you have the nerve to say social media has drawn its own conclusions from information that was shared, but those conclusions are not the statements I have made. What did you think people were gonna think? And now Big Tigger has finally made a statement of his own.
I want to say categorically, these allegations and accusations that have been circulating about me are false, untrue, not happening, didn't happen. Additionally, it's important to clarify that Francesca and I have never been anything more than friends and respected colleagues. I'd like to apologize to you, Francesca.
You know, I didn't know what to believe. But then you don't want to not believe the woman, because a lot of times women be scared to speak up for themselves because people in the world don't believe them, but it's because it's shenanigans like this being played. I feel like don't come to the internet if you don't want the internet to speak on it, especially when it's about somebody who is well known. She knew people.
This is why context matters. All it takes is a woman just saying anything, and it's a wrap. Especially having a name and a brand, people are going to eat it up regardless. And I was one of them folks. I was just saying, look, man, if you really did this, then dang, bro, you deserve time. You deserve jail time. If this isn't true, then we need to start looking at her and having more serious conversations about women who do this shit. Y'all get in front of this camera, you beat up, or you're crying. The tears probably aren't real. But even if they are real, we don't know where any of these scars and wounds are actually coming from unless you have footage and evidence that's suggested. I'm at the point where if there's no digital footprint of every single thing that you're saying, I really don't want to hear it. But you did this to yourself because you're not holding the women accountable for playing and getting dudes locked up for stuff that they didn't do. You're not holding them accountable for nothing. Well, this is why I had to go ahead and give my public and personal apology, because this came out and it just changed everything.
Get off of me! Get off of me!
The most shocking part of the Big Tigger controversy is that it happened behind closed doors. A security video from inside his home has started circulating online, putting the radio host and TV personality in the middle of a serious public debate. The footage appears to capture a heated confrontation involving his wife, and claims surrounding the video quickly spread across social media. But as millions began watching the clip, the conversation became bigger than just one incident. People started asking what happened before the recording started, what happened after, and how much can one short clip really tell? Because once private moments become public, the internet often turns into its own courtroom. Every second gets analyzed, every reaction gets questioned, and everyone forms an opinion before the full story is clear. Now the situation has sparked discussions about privacy, accountability, and what happens when a personal crisis becomes a public spectacle. Because sometimes the biggest controversies don't happen on stage. They happen when nobody expects the world to be watching.
If the camera wasn't there, we all would have crucified him. It would have been over. Straight up. You know it and I know it. Nobody would want to deal with him ever again. It's a good thing that he did have cameras in that house. And as far as what the woman said in the other clip, I actually agree. You knew when you started recording and you didn't specify as to what actually happened to cause the injury, that it would cause people to pick sides automatically based off of his name, you being attached to him, and a sisterhood who knows nothing other than to stick together no matter what, even if they don't have enough evidence to substantiate their claims to support. Now, from what I saw, they had a heated argument. She was messing around with something. He didn't want her touching it. He was trying to remove her from the situation. She ends up injuring herself in the process. He did not swing on her. He did not kick her. He did not punch her. He grabbed her and relocated himself and her person from whatever area that was within their house. But he did not abuse her. And she substantiates that with the statement, I never made that claim that he did, but you never cleared the air. That's a part of the internet game that I hate. Y'all will put clicks, hooks, images up suggesting one thing, and it never aligns with what really goes on. And then you spark conversations that deter people without them digging or waiting until everything comes out to fully figure out, all right, what should I really be doing here? What side should I be standing on? You are definitely the problem here. I don't know what y'all got into it about, but you made it public. And now we are here. Period. I won't say you intentionally caused the argument to get to this position, but you definitely sparked a lot of discussion about privacy, about domestic violence, and everything else that goes into situations like this. You can't be playing around with folks like that. You got to be completely clear about what's going on. Don't leave people in the dark, especially when their whole career is on the line. Your life is on the line. Your family is going to be under the microscope. People get death threats, get called out and trolled and all types of stuff because of things like this. But my apologies for even jumping the gun and automatically assuming that you was a whole beater on of women and stuff like that. I got that completely wrong. What are y'all thoughts on this, man?